Hi you guys, welcome to PJ's Diaries. Today I have my dance sister Dominique. She was perfect to ask the questions for this episode of PJ at 27 because she knew me at 17. So it's kind of like a growth thing, and that's what we all about on here. So, you have to get your phone out for the questions. We're going to ask me 27 questions about me turning basically 27. What have I gathered thus far? Just like how the first episode we talked about me being 25 to kind of bring together who I was, because that's when I started this season. I wanted to do like a breaking point because next season we're vlogging, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, we can start.
All right. Question number 1. What did you do for your 27th birthday?
Ooh, I went to see Beyonce.
Oh, that's nice.
It was fun.
I love her.
In New Orleans. That was my first time.
In New Orleans?
Well, it was my second time going, but it was my first time being there and actually experiencing New Orleans. So that was fun.
Okay, I love that. I love Beyonce.
It was fun. Me too. I love her.
All right, so any advice for a 26-year-old?
Do what you want to do. You have just that time. So at 26, I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. Don't regret anything that have some sense, but do everything you want to do. Don't question it.
It's beautiful. What was something you battled with at 25 and have you overcome it?
Something I battled with at 25, I feel like would be my confidence. Have I overcame it by 27? Yes. And that was a test of confidence.
Good. That's good. That's so good.
Right.
So how do you deal with peer pressure at this age?
Well, pressure feels like pressure. So if that's what it's feeling like, I just completely remove myself. I don't try to talk people down. I don't try to prove people wrong. And I don't try to compete against the idea of whatever they were peering against me. I just literally just remove myself. It sounds scary, but by 27, you will realize it's better to just remove yourself.
Oh, yes. How has your outlook on friends changed? That's a good question.
How has my outlook on friends changed? Well, I see friends.
It's a hard one.
It is. Friends are very important. They are experiences to life and your growth to your life. They can make your life easier, or they can make it better, or they can make it very chaotic. You have to be wise about who you choose to be your friends, because it is still the company that you're keeping. And I don't know if I've learned that the hard way or the easy way, but you do have to be mindful of the company that you keep. Rather you calling them your friend or, just your coworker. You have to watch them. So I think my idea of friends now is that I just like to be the experience of a genuine friendship. Somebody that you will always remember to have your good interests at heart. I'm not here to use you, talk about you, hate you later, take from you, dim your light. I'm actually somebody that pours into everybody that I meet. So I don't see friendship as a big thing you should have in life unless you lack experience. that's where you're going to get a lot of your growth from, your friends, because they are your peers, and you can pull off those examples. So like I said, it'll make your life peaceful or chaotic. You should be mindful of that company, regardless if you're calling them your friend.
Yeah, I like that.
Thanks, it rambled a little.
Yeah. Nice, yeah. Do you feel that children today will be good 27-year-olds?
No.
Why?
Because of their environments.
Elaborate.
That we are setting already. I feel like when you cut on TV or when you get on the internet, it is a completely different world than it was when I checked in. And even then, they predicted for us to be this small-minded. They predicted for us to slow down the way that we did and for things to get this chaotic. So quite frankly, I don't think we're headed in the right directions. I think it's going exactly how the government planned.
Yeah. I think it's definitely going in that direction, but I'm hoping for a change. Hopefully
I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But that's still scary.
Yes, it is. It's very scary. But that's true. That's definitely true. So, how accomplished do you feel?
I feel very accomplished. I've gone through a lot since 25 to have made it to 27.
Yeah.
As far as like losses and just kind of like continuing and keeping emotion going, I feel very accomplished as a 27-year-old.
That's beautiful. That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All righty, let's see. I remember you being someone who spoke about midlife crisis. Might have to edit that out. I remember you being someone who spoke about a midlife crisis. How is that now?
So when I turned 25, I don't know if I talked about it on that episode, but I would post about it. I felt like I was going through a quarter life crisis. And when I Googled it, other 25-year-olds were calling it the same thing. And what a quarter life crisis is where you feel like you just turned 25, but you feel like you are 50. Yeah. You wanted your family, your car, your house, your job, your diploma. But, at 25, if you don't have, 3 of the 5 or however you feel checked off, you feel like a failure. At the time, I felt like I needed to wrap it up, speed everything up. And I kind of almost did. So how do I feel about it? The question was, I feel like I was really dramatic and very emotional, but I am balancing my emotions through my patience and learning how to pray. So hopefully when I get to my midlife, I'm not having a crisis.
Yeah.
I already did it at the quarter life. So hopefully that was my practice. And by 50, it's like, oh, okay, you good, girl.
So, being the oldest sibling of 8, how have you managed that? And give us an example.
I'm being the oldest is it's a lot of pressure because you don't know who's watching you. You don't know what they pulling from. You don't really, we all communicate very transparently. All siblings bicker and things like that. But you don't really know what they think of you or, what you do.
Yeah.
So being the sibling of 8, I've just always tried to be my authentic self. If I mess something up, I have no problem being accountable for what it was, how I messed up. How did I fix it? Did I fix it yet? I'm a very open book. I'm the first one. So
that's a lot of more pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, but I don't shy away from it. I feel like I've always embraced being the big sister once I've decided this is my role. Like,
all right.
Even in Oz, I'm pretty sure they're aware they've done it. They can come to me for anything because I'm going to figure it out. I will take the fall. They're fully aware that my sister has my back. So, I feel like, what was the question?
The question was, being the oldest of 8 siblings, how have you managed that?
Oh,
and to give us
being
an
my
example.
authentic, transparent self. I guess a good example would be that I have sisters, they have kids, and being the oldest and not having your child yet, you have to kind of be transparent about your decisions and your choices and your steps so that there's not a competition going on. I never want them to feel like I'm judging them. Ever. I have, even if I am, you know, they can address me like, you can't really say that. I never want them to feel like I'm belittling them, and that's all my siblings. I never want them to feel that way. I want them to always feel like big sis is gonna come through, and if I need something, they know it's gonna get compensated. I'm not a user. So, that would be my example. Being an auntie and not being a mother yet kind of separates us. But I try to keep it very respectful so they understand that I'm still always here for you. I don't care about that. I don't think any less of you because of anything we've decided to do.
That's beautiful. And I'm sure, like I said, even though it's a beautiful, thing to have to be the older sibling, I'm sure that, like I said, it's still a lot of pressure.
It's
at times.
scary.
I think you answered that beautifully.
Thanks.
Alrighty, let's see. What's a girl's girl to you? What's a girly girl to you? Or
a girl's girl? Okay. A girl's girl. A protector, a sister. She doesn't need to know what your day was like to tell you you was pretty or to ask if you're okay. The girl that always has a spare pad and she didn't have to tell anybody, she gave it to you. To the girl that used to cook for me because I didn't want to eat at home. A girl's girl, like, you understand what another girl can, as a woman.
It's like a friend girl.
As a genuine woman, you know exactly what other women go through, even if you don't, even down to no details. I don't need to know exactly the gist of it, even if he was lying to me. To help you, to resolve whatever the issue is, that's a girl's girl to me. I will gatekeep for all women. I'm not ever down talking with even another female or male to make myself feel like a superior woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not her.
That's good.
A girl's girl is a respectable woman. She respects who's around her and she respects herself. And those are things you still have to grow into because we're young and we go through things. But that's a girl's girl to me.
That's good.
A protector.
But you do mean like a friend girl, though, Like
she don't have to be my friend. You can be a stranger. That's a girl. She's a woman. I've met plenty of. For example, I had a neighbor. This is a good example. When I had my first townhouse, and I was sitting outside crying. I can't quite remember what brought me outside. I'll talk about that in another episode. But I was outside crying, and my neighbor that I've never seen this woman before, never noticed her, but she came and she sat me down. Well, she sat next to me and asked me, was I okay? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, if you need somebody to talk to, I stay right here. And I didn't move. I just said thank you. And I just put my head back down, and she did not leave. Her name is Portia. I hope she sees this. Portia I was thinking of her name as I told the story. The sweetest neighbor I've ever met. I don't feel like she's ever repeated my business to anybody. She never approached me to tell my business to anybody else. Portia literally was a girl's girl. Like, if I needed dish detergent just to wash my dishes, my sink went out for a whole month. Portia let me bring my dishes over and helped me bring them over so I could wash my dishes just so I could eat for the week. That is a girl's girl. I don't think I've ever got on Facebook and seen that post. She didn't try to imply that I was lying about why my sink was broke. We stayed in the same neighborhood. She literally looked out for me, and I never heard about it again. I forgot it happened. That's protecting another woman, and I didn't know her. She literally did that because she wanted to. And I love her forever for that. I'll never forget. Actually.
Sounds like a very sweet woman.
That was very sweet. And she was older than me. I love older women that understand this is a moment. I've met more older women and unpleasant encounters. There's always something else malice. So I really appreciate you, Portia, forever.
All right. Do you think you're the perfect friend?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Because I go through things too. And I don't come from a polished background. Not saying that I'm just the victim of all things. But because I come from a lot of experience, I kind of seen too much too early. I'm not the perfect friend because a lot of times I'm questioning you. I have a lot of questions because I'm traumatized. So I have a lot of questions and it comes off very insecure sometimes, which it can be in my relationships, but it takes accountability to grow through those things. So I don't think I'm the perfect friend because I'm still healing from my bad relationships in so many words.
Well, that's good to know. At least you're healing.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I would
Taking
never.
accountability.
I'm not the friend that just spiting you that you gotta watch your purse or your man around. I don't want to steal from you any of that. I'm still a sister. I'm just very controlling. So I'm a really bossy friend. So I'm working on that.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's still a really good friend.
Yeah, I'm still a good
Right.
person. It's just that little thing about me. I have to control the room. I don't need all the attention, but I need to control that. I need everybody to calm down and go where I say go. Which is sometimes nowhere around me. That's it.
Oh my God.
That's all. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but keep me out the mix and we'll be cool. We'll be great.
All right, so let's see. The biggest lesson in relationships you have learned this far. What is it?
Honesty.
You want to elaborate on
The more honest you are with people, the better you can treat them. And the better they can treat you. Because they'll know exactly where you're coming from and not where they think you're coming from or where they have to assume you're coming from. They'll know you. And that's the best feeling. Being around people that know you, trust you, and love you. Nothing less.
that? No fake love.
Don't like it.
Something positive you do daily.
I pray. I don't want to give people the whole schedule, but I pray in the morning. As soon as I open my eyes, I start praying. Because thank you. And then I'll pray in the middle of the day. Probably like while I'm driving my car or as I'm clocking into work. Something that you want to show gratitude for that he's blessed you with, because we take these things for granted these days. If I get a call from a family member, after we get off the phone, I'll pray over the conversation. Things like that, you want to pray.
Oh, yeah.
And then right before bed, I'll pray. I'll probably even pray in the shower. Pray. Talk to God. Don't talk to your peers. Talk to God.
Try God. Not trying.
He makes the difference. Not your own girl. I'm telling you.
Right. That was a beautiful question. I really like that. Describe being 27. And what's a day like for you?
A day in my 27-year-old life is getting up and going to work. It doesn't matter if I'm working at my actual clock-in job or I work with candles right now. So I'm kind of at a wine bar. I work with wine. And
Fancy.
And I still work with music. I still DJ and then the radio station that I intern with.
Wow.
Which is fun. So I still get to listen to new music and stuff. So a day in my life is dead serious. Just working on this YouTube. Trying to get my music stuff marketed and off the ground a little. Just to see where it can go. It doesn't even have to go Beyonce. But if it goes somewhere, I'll be really excited.
Yeah.
or clocking into my little jobs. But in my hairline, I've been working on relaunching that and doing merch for the music too. So yeah, every day I'm working at 27. Hopefully by 28 and 30 I will be still working. But not as hard. Not as hard.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be reaping the benefits from the seeds that I'm planting. That's kind of what I want to do.
At least starting to see the fruit from it.
From the labor, the fun part. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And you sound like a very busy woman. And that's good because you are definitely elevating. You don't have to edit this part out. Angel, we doing a video. You gotta wait. Go back upstairs. I'm sorry. We're gonna be done in a little while.
That's so cool.
You can put that on maybe the bloopers if you ever do bloopers.
I do bloopers. I'm gonna make it a blooper.
Okay. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, were you finished? Did you want to elaborate anymore?
No, I think.
Okay. All right. So having a grown woman's body now, like, how does it feel?
Yeah, I be stressed. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I just had a tumor scare. The tumor is in my chest right here, and it stretches across my rib. I was having a hard time breathing. This is how big it is. I'm actually touching it.
Yeah, I can see it actually.
You can see it stick out. I was gonna say that next. So they actually didn't even have to do all the x-rays. They seen it when I was showing. But we did the x-rays, to make sure it was benign. And it is. So, I was holding my breath for months about that. It was so scary to watch it grow inside of me because I thought I was pregnant. I was so scared. My hormones were off. Everything was off. My whole body. Your body's important. Your health's important. So at 27, I'm a very healthy woman. I do my salad diets. I do water diets. I don't drink hard liquor, wine and champagne. I might get a little shot now of a little brown, but I do take very long breaks from alcohol. I didn't drink for a whole year, and then before that, I had been.
That's impressive.
I'm a sporadic drinker anyway, but the whole last year I didn't drink, and this would be my first year starting back. We're in March, so this will be my first year starting back drinking. Yeah. And I say now as an adult, after the detox, I can feel the liquor. I can feel my brain a little better now that I'm a little more conscious of how alcohol makes your body feel. Not saying that's where my tumor came from, but I had to watch my diet and such because I don't want another one. Yeah. So I had to be mindful of that.
Will it be getting removed?
I wanted to remove it, but with it not being cancerous, I'm gonna leave it and just keep praying to God that it stays benign. Yeah. And hopefully it'll start shrinking. I watch my stress levels as well because ladies, don't stress out. Don't let that man stress you out.
That comes with ulcers too.
Don't let that man stress you out. It comes with cysts as well.
It's a silent killer.
And bad headaches and hair loss. Don't let him stress you out. Cut him off. I don't care what he posts behind you. Cut that nigga off. It's all right. He'll be all right.
Yes, he will.
Health first. Health is well.
Health is well. Because who gonna do it if you can't?
Nobody.
So, let's see. Name someone you think people should take more serious about life. Or, yeah.
Something they should take more serious?
He says someone. So, name someone. I don't know if you meant to say that, but I'm going to ask it again.
Okay.
But is that what you meant to say, someone? Name someone you think people should take more serious about life? Mm-hmm. Or something. Okay. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Name something that you think people should take more serious in life. This is great. This was a great question. We know health is one.
Health is well.
As well.
But I didn't want to go back. Yeah. I think that is what I think people should take more serious because health ties to everything. If you're not taking care of your mental health, then how are you doing anything because you need your brain for everything you do.
And life is hard, so
Life gets
all
really
going through.
hard. So
stay up on your health, mental health for sure.
mental health is the biggest thing people should, because nobody's gonna be honest with you but you. So mental health.
So be truthful
to yourself, because if you don't, you'll lie to yourself.
Oh yeah.
And that's from experience.
And it's just gonna make it harder.
That's from experience. You will start to lie to yourself.
Alrighty, so what is your favorite song right now?
Ooh, right now. Shit. What do I get in the car and play?
Name a few if you got a few.
Nicki Minaj, R&B, Press Play, Beyonce, 16 Carriages. I gotta sing that. They're my favorites right now.
Okay. All right, that was good. That was
short and sweet.
Those are some good artists.
One of my girls.
So, any hobbies?
Just my music. It's a hobby. I do monetize off of it, but I literally just do it because it's relieving. It's my therapy. It's fun. And my dad was a rapper, so I mainly just try to like continue off of what he started. But it's a hobby. It's just something fun to do. And modeling, it's a part of the hobby. So that's just something to do.
Well, I would personally say you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you very much. I think you do too. Me and Dominique going to do a song together.
Yes. Okay, wait.
And we're going to drop it. And we're going to get rich.
Okay. What do you do to relax? Yes. I can attest.
I drink wine and I cut some music on. And I zone the hell out until I go to sleep.
Okay. Sounds very reasonable.
Real simple.
Very simple. But whatever works, you know. What or how do you deal with family? And then having 8 siblings, so yeah, I would really like to know.
For the most part, we have very good communication. And when I say very good, I mean in all emotions. You know, some people you can't talk to when you're mad. Some people you can't talk to when you're sad. You can only talk to them, you know, at this level. My family, they may get a little bit chaotic, but you can trust that they're talking to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people will, you know, get very malice and malicious. They start lying. They start, you know, they want to fight. Even if we say we're finna fight, you can trust that I'm listening to what you're saying, though. I'm here to talk to you. I'm not here to physically harm you, embarrass you, humiliate you, kill you, kill your spirit. I'm here to talk to you and be heard. I will say that is something that I really love about us. For the most part, we need space. Everybody's gonna get their space, but when you're ready to talk, everybody's ready to talk. So I really appreciate that and respect that of them. I love that for my village because I be needing a lot of space.
You be needing to get it off.
I be needing a lot of space so I can come back and get it off right, because they stress me out.
Because then, you know, if you come mad, though. Probably gonna say some stuff you can't take back.
Yeah, I don't like to say stuff that will, out of emotion, that'll hurt people. Because you can change the trajectory of someone's life.
You can.
Just simply speaking out of emotion. And as someone that has done it before, it's not something I want to continuously do in my big age. So I had to clock that.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Accountability.
Thank you. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Do you think you're a reliable person?
Yes.
That's good.
I think I'm very reliable, very respectable, very humble. You know if you call me and I can help you, or I told you I was going to help you, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I would say I can attest to that.
Thank you. I don't play with people.
How do you show improvement, if any?
I wish how was elaborated on. How do I show improve? I keep going. I keep going. People can say what they want to say, but as long as you again have some type of consistency to whatever you're trying to do, they can't really tell you nothing because people aren't doing anything.
Yep.
But talking.
At least you're taking the steps to do what you need to do to make it where you want to make it.
And I do that by all means.
And no matter what you do, there's always
how
something to say.
You do it, and when you get there, they're not gonna like it. That's all right. It's all right.
And that's all good. Yeah.
It's all right. She has heart cups. They're so cute.
That is so precious.
I need some crowns.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I didn't. So, do you think that you're humble?
Yeah. I think sometimes I'm way too humble because I work too hard. And I don't really take a break to look at what I've worked on or what I've put out or the progress that I've made. Like, I just go do some more work. And that's unhealthy. I've heard that a lot. But nonetheless, I do think I'm very humble. And I need to step out of that a little.
Yeah.
Just a smidge.
So, don't be afraid to flaunt it.
Yeah, I need to be a little more confident. But that's what I'm working on.
Yeah. What excites you right now? I like that.
My YouTube. A lot of people have misconstrued what the channel was for along the way. I don't know why anybody would watch season 1 and take it as I'm talking about people. Or even I've also seen somebody try to say I don't take accountability for what I've done. But literally, each episode is me being accountable for the lesson that I had to learn. If you skim through season 1, the title of each, if you're new here, it's like things like jealousy. What's another episode I was talking about? Jealousy, projection, things like that. Just life lessons that you have to go through. I don't feel like I was pointing a finger at anybody. I just used examples for the word I was defining. I mean, obviously, there's a plethora of different things people will do to you that exemplify jealousy or projection or spitefulness, vengeance, whatever else I was talking about. But those were the examples that I used because of the timing that I experienced them, and it was just a respectable time to bring it up. And I cherish those episodes because those are still lessons that brought me to 27.
And
so yeah, my channel is my most exciting thing because I didn't expect for it to get any traction. I didn't expect for anybody to care as much as they do. And so that is really exciting.
You made for the spotlight.
Tricky. Yeah. So I'm excited for everybody to see the vlogging part and then this season because it's very unorthodox from season 1 and what you guys projected to get next. It's just not what you anticipated. And I mixed it up like that
on their toes.
So I'm really excited to use this platform to get out my lessons.
Well, I'm excited to see it.
Thank you. I like how people are responding. Rather it's good or bad. It's free promo, to be honest. I just really appreciate y'all thus far. So yeah.
Okay. Well, after a long day, what calms your mind?
Music.
Yeah.
I have to cut on some music or else I'll be in my head. If I don't have any music on, I'm actually probably mad about something. Yeah. And that mad is a different mad if I'm in silence. But music is always going on in my background.
Yeah. I can sense. I listen to music all day, every day.
Yes.
And we're singers, so you know.
We have to keep up with the songs.
Dating at 27. How has that been? Heard the dating pool has pee in it.
I heard. So I ain't get in the pool. But dating has been... So at 26, it was horrible. But 27...
It's getting a little better?
I'll say, because I just turned 27. My birthday is in September.
Okay, what?
So
Libra?
6 months of 27. I feel like I've learned my lessons so far. So it's been pretty peaceful. I'm still having to learn. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm still having to grow up, but it's taking me going through those things to be like, okay, wait. You need to stop
and
consider
think first
what you're doing. Because you are grown now. And I think that's the part of growth. Like, okay, hold on, wait, grow up. Yeah. So it's been a matter of more growth.
Yeah. I think that's what it's always going to be.
But I like it. I'll say that. This growth has been positive. It's been some good growth. So yeah. I'm fucking ready.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad. Well, at least your pool doesn't have pee in it.
Your pool got pee in it?
Well, around that age, it definitely did have pee in it. It had probably more than pee in it.
Oh,
so I'm glad it's getting better.
It is.
Well, last question.
You talking about pee?
Lord.
I'm finna leave him right in the background. See?
Let me see. I had a question. That's funny. I had a question for you. I know you said you don't know. I don't want you to have this edited, but I don't know.
No, this is fine. I'm gonna look at the
Alright, so which one?
I can't make it a freestyle.
Shit.
It can be messy.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll answer.
Okay. So, last question. I wanted to know, how has it been not having your father, and how are you doing about that?
Oh, that's
with
a great question. He died when I was 8. So, growing up without my father up until 27 has been a challenge because men see me as vulnerable. They don't see me as a girl that had her father at all. So, they just anticipate for me to be very...
like daddy issues.
Yeah, very daddy issues. They don't expect for you to be so poised and well-spoken and mature. So, but I feel like that came from the things he instilled in me before he left. I wouldn't say he groomed me to be grown, but it was always, don't let these... He was real. He was very authentic. Don't let these boys play with you. It was little statements like that. Keep your feet done. Don't let these boys play with you. Boys are liars. Remember that. Boys are liars. He always said that. Don't let boys touch you. It's little things I remember him saying that shaped me to be the woman that I am. Even as little as keeping my feet done. So I really appreciate what he did give me in his time here. My daddy died at 27, which is what makes this season and this phase of my life so important. I'm so glad you asked me that. It makes my life so important right now because everything that I'm doing is just a continuation of what he couldn't finish, I feel like. So a lot of lessons that I'm running into and a lot of things I experience, I think, what would my daddy have done? Even though he's a man, I stop and I'm like, all right. If he had this opportunity, what would he have done with this? And I kind of go from there. So I just appreciate the type of man he was and the example he set. And even in his wrong, the stories that people have given back to me. He's a very noble person, very wise. He was a Pisces and very loving. I'm a Libra. So he was so emotional. I know that's where all my emotions come from. So I just use.
How do you deal with them, like now, not being here? So, there's some people that, don't have parents, or even with them having, kids or whatever. How do you feel about him not, your kids maybe not knowing their grandparent?
I feel like they'll know him because of what the seeds I'm planting out.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do with the music and my hairline. I feel like my kids will know who he was still through me. And that was kind of my idea. I didn't want him to be completely wiped from history.
Yeah. And you gotta keep his name alive.
Because I'm the only child.
Yeah.
So I had to embark on that somehow.
You're his only
until
child
I meet
as well?
him again. Yeah, I'm his only child.
Oh, wow.
My mom.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. Well, she has 3. But neither. We talking about my dad.
Yeah.
He has one child, and that's me. And I try to leave a good example because I do want kids, and when they look back, it's gonna be me and him.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think they'll have.
And they'll meet him. He'll be here in spirit, of course, and they'll see him before they get down here to Earth.
Yes, in all things, they're gonna meet him first.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
So I want to thank you again for asking my questions for me, for drinking wine with me tonight.
Of course.
You guys will see Dominique again because we danced together, and when I was in high school, this was my captain. This is who taught me my sexiness. So we'll see each other again. I hope you guys enjoyed my little briefing. This episode is a little long, but whatever. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I don't care.